Alright, so we just finished covering a pair of episodes that I heard some fans say were kind of underwhelming. And we're moving on to a pair of episodes that I've heard a lot of fans say that they found very underwhelming. And once again, I find that I disagree with those people. While it is true that this episode and the next one are just kind of dropped in the middle of a fairly serious ongoing narrative this season and don't really fit, they feel like they could go pretty much anywhere in the season and still work on some level. I actually found both of these episodes to be quite a lot of fun, especially this first one, which I think might be the single funniest comedy-oriented episode of the entire series. When Star and Marco discover that Quest Buy is closing and is currently having a going out of business sale, Marco quickly calculates that he will need 16 more of his really cool security wallets over the course of his lifetime, and so they decide to go to Quest Buy in order to try to acquire for him those wallets. And also Jennah is there for some reason, and also works at Quest Buy for some reason. She says she's filling in for another employee, but I don't even know how she would have met another employee of Quest Buy to begin with. But hey, it's an excuse to get Jennah into an episode, and I'm all for that. However, when the trio discovers that there aren't any wallets left on the shelves, they end up wandering back into a supply room that has danger signs all over the door. And this is where the episode starts to feel like, I don't know how to describe it except to compare it to a Key and Peele sketch. A lot of the Key and Peele comedy sketches have this air of tension to them, and the comedy comes from breaking up the tension in unexpected ways. It's why Jordan Peele has turned out to be such a good horror writer. This episode felt a lot like that. The moment they walk into this room, the score changes, the camera work changes, and creepy stuff starts happening, i.e., they find exactly 16 of the exact same wallet that Marco wants on an otherwise entirely empty shelf. And that's not just like a bookshelf. It's one of those really long shelves that you see in like a store's supply room. There's absolutely nothing else on it except for this. And then other things that they find themselves wanting start popping up. The episode takes a little time to build the tension and let the audience start to suspect that something nefarious is going on. And then that sloth guy from the other Quest Buy episodes shows up and informs them that this room is magic. It reads your mind, but it entices you so thoroughly that the average person finds themselves unable to leave the room ever, and eventually their mind starts to turn mushy. The episode sort of degenerates into an existential horror comedy. That's the only real way to describe it, and it's exactly my kind of humor. Like, it's not the entire scope of my humor. This didn't encompass the entire scope of my humor, but this is one of the niche areas of humor that I really get a kick out of, so it hit me really hard. And of course, Star, Marco, and Jennah are Star, Marco, and Jennah. They do take advantage of the room a little bit and have some fun with it, but in the end they're able to leave. Marco's scarred a little bit, but they're able to leave. They see stuff at least this weird on a bi-weekly basis, if not more often than that. And between all of the shifts between tension and sudden humor and that very anticlimactic ending where they didn't really have to work to escape this terrifying room, this episode was great. It was really funny. It was really fun in general. Like, I usually don't like the Quest Buy episodes that much. I usually think they're just kind of fine. But this, I liked this episode so much that at the end, when Quest Buy closes for the last time and fades from existence, a metaphor for how once the show is over at the end of the season, we'll never get another one of these weird Quest Buy aside episodes, I felt genuinely sad that that's the case. Like, how much talent as a writer does it take to take someone who is pretty indifferent to a concept and turn them around so that they look on it so favorably in just 11 minutes time? I liked this episode a lot. Obviously, I laughed out loud multiple times. If you think that any of this lines up with your humor sensibilities and you haven't watched the episode, maybe somebody said it wasn't that good so you skipped it, go back and watch it. You'll probably get a kick out of it like I did. Yeah, it's out of nowhere. Yeah, it's goofy. Yeah, it could have probably been placed anywhere after the Quest Buy episode. immediately previous to this one and still worked in continuity because it wasn't really tied to anything happening around it. But it was still really good. As per usual though, guys, I'd like to know, what did you think of this episode if you have seen it? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below or over my Discord, link in the description. But either way, this has been AJ22 and I will talk to you guys later.